Hey friends, may I go on a mini rant? Thank you. While I'd love to interact with every comment y'all may make, I simply don't have time to respond to as much as I would really like to. And I know there are some people out there think that we pastors only work once a week, and bless your heart for believing that, but ministry in reality is like Houston weather, chaotic, exhausting, unpredictable, and somehow always your problem. So I'll like some comments, respond here and there, but for the trolls, I stopped responding altogether because I learned really quick that sarcasm doesn't translate through a screen, and I end up looking like more of a jerk than I already am. Not that I don't mind looking like a jerk, because during my Korean church days, my nickname was Pastor Jerk, and I was okay with it because I earned it. But let me say this loud and clear. If you try to correct me about the Bible using the King James Version as your source of historical accuracy, get on out of here. Instead of responding with a comment or video channeling a face-palmed eye roll, I'll just simply ignore you. Not because you prefer the KJV. That's fine. Read whatever version brings you closer to Jesus. But don't roll into my comments quoting the KJV like it's the original manuscript, like Paul wrote in King James English while sipping tea with the Queen. The KJV was translated in 1611 using limited and late Greek manuscripts. Since then, we have found thousands of older and more reliable ones. Relying on the KJV for biblical accuracy is like trying to navigate Houston with a map from the 1600s. And let's be real, it probably took less time to ride a horse down 290 back then than it does to drive it now. And the King James Version has unicorns. Real unicorns. Numbers chapter 23, Job chapter 39, Psalms, like a whole mythical zoo. Why? Because the translators misunderstood a Hebrew word that probably meant wild ox and decided, yeah, that sounds like a unicorn. That's definitely a unicorn. Also, the KJV was a political project commissioned by a king to reinforce the authority of a monarchy and the Church of England. So they didn't just translate it, they institutionalized it. Like the word church is in there even when assembly would have been more accurate because empire loves control. So again, love your KJV. Frame it. Sleep with it under your pillow if it brings you peace. But if you come at me citing it as the most accurate, I will lovingly but completely ignore you because ain't nobody got time arguing with folks riding unicorns to the 17th century.